Okay, good afternoon. Today is still Monday, March 3rd, and this is the voting session of the Ways and Means Committee. First off, House Bill 75, and there are amendments. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 75, Election Law, Special Elections. This bill makes several changes related to special elections for county, executive, or county council. So I want to emphasize we're talking about counties that already allow special elections when there are vacancies. This bill establishes requirements for when a special election may be held and allows counties to cancel the primary election. It also clarifies procedures for special elections conducted by mail. That was the bill as it came in. The amendments strike provisions that allow a county to cancel a special primary election. I move the amendments.
Second. Okay, any discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendments signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, discussion on the bill as amended. Okay, we are going to do a roll call on the bill as a favorable as amended. The Vice Chair.
Yes.
Delegate Ebersol. Yes. Delegate Patterson. Yes. Delegate Buckle is excused. Delegate Fair.
Yes.
Delegate Hornberger.
Yes.
Delegate Long. Delegate Young is excused. Delegate Miller. Delegate Roberson is excused. Delegate Roberts. Yes. Delegate Wims. Delegate Vogel. Yes. Delegate Wu is excused. Delegate Hartman. Yes. Delegate Muir-Q North. Yes. Delegate Griffith. Yes. Delegate Wells. Yes. Delegate Plakovich-Carr. Yes. Delegate Feldmark.
Yes.
House Bill 75 passes favorably as amended. House Bill 296, and there are amendments. He distracted me, so who's doing this? I'm sorry. Delegate Wells.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 296, the bill authorizes SSTAT to require a person to provide documentation to show that the person qualifies for a tax exemption for persons with less than $20,000 in personal property. The amendments are technical.
Motion on the amendments?
Oh, please, yeah. Sorry, second.
Okay.
My brain is.
Any discussion on the amendments? Delegate Long?
Clarify. So right now, if they have $20,000 or under, they don't have to follow anything. Am I correct? Okay. With this amendment and the way this bill is going to be, so that will allow anyone with $20,000 or less could be audited. Am I correct?
I see Stan shaking his head yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the amendments? Delegate Hartman?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So audited, just to clarify that it's not 20,000. What's the purpose of the amendment?
Yep, so you can go ahead, Stan.
So the amendment is just technical. There's identical language elsewhere in the code that needs to be repealed to carry out the purpose of the bill. So it was an oversight of SSTAT's when they drafted the bill that they failed to repeal some identical language that needed to be taken out.
So less than 20,000, they're still exempt.
Yes, they're still exempt. The bill just deals with the requirement to retain documentation to show that you qualify for the exemption.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any further discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion on the bill on the favorable as amended. Bill's amended. Second. Okay, any discussion on the bill as amended? Okay, all those in favor of House Bill 296 as amended signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Delegate Long is opposed. House Bill 296 passes favorably as amended. House Bill 389, Delegate Ebersol. Oh, sorry. I saw daycare. I just saw daycare. Delegate Wells.
Yes. So House Bill 389 expands existing local option property tax credits for childcare facilities by making more facilities eligible for the credits and raising the maximum amount of this credit to $10,000. Move the bill.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Delegate Long is opposed. House Bill 389 passes favorably. House Bill 390, and there are amendments. Delegate Wells.
House Bill 390, the amendments lower the percentage of affordable units required from 50% to 25%. Move the amendment.
Any discussion on the amendments? Delegate Griffith?
I'm sorry, my question's on the bill as amendment.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
let's vote on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the amendment's passed.
Move the bills amended.
Okay, discussion on the bill. Delegate Griffith?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And so my question is, so with the basin being 25, a jurisdiction could require, under the language, that a project be 100% affordable housing. Is that correct? There's no upper limit. So my concern is some jurisdictions may decide to use this as a, a sword and a shield, right? To maybe require some of these projects to be 100% and therefore turning the projects upside down and essentially killing the project. So that's my concern. So, but that's an accurate assessment. All right, thank you.
Any other discussion on the bill? Okay, we will do a roll call on the favorable as amended. The Vice Chair.
Yes.
Delegate Ebersol? Yes. Delegate Patterson? Yes. Delegate Buckle is excused. Delegate Fair? Yes. Delegate Hornberger? No. Delegate Long? No. Delegate Young is excused. Delegate Miller? No. Delegate Roberson is excused. Delegate Roberts? Yes. Delegate Wims? Yes. Delegate Vogel? Yes. Delegate Wu is excused. Delegate Hartman? No. Delegate Miracle North? Yes. Delegate Griffith? No. Delegate Wells? Yes. Delegate Plakovich-Carr? Yes. Delegate Feldmark?
Yes.
House Bill 390 passes favorably as amended. House Bill 415, Delegate Wells. Nope, Delegate Plakovich-Carr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 415 establishes a family literacy pilot program to be administered by the Maryland State Library Agency. The point of the program is to provide connections between incarcerated parents and their children by providing children's books along with audio of an incarcerated parent reading the book aloud. The pilot program will operate in 4 state correctional facilities representing regional diversity and in at least 1 all-male and at least 1 all-female facility, and the program would run through calendar year 2028. I move the bill.
Okay, the bill was moved and seconded. Okay, any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, House Bill 415 passes favorably. 1 second. Okay. House Bill 504, we are secondary. Appropriations has moved the bill, and there are amendments. The amendments restore funding to the level currently required by law for both the target per pupil amount and for community schools. The amendments delay the onset of collaborative time by 1 year instead of 4 years. The amendments make numerous changes to the community schools program, most notably allowing all counties with 10 or more community schools to expend funds on behalf of community schools, but not for administrative costs. The amendments strike changes to the school leadership training program dubbed the Maryland School Leadership Academy. The amendments restore the current approach to Grow Your Own, in which eligible participants are school employees and grants are given to local school systems, rather than expanding the program to include grants to institutions of higher education. The bill expands the structure and requirements of the Academic Excellence Program. The bill strikes codification of the Interstate Teacher Mobility Compact and restores a previous interstate teacher agreement that Maryland has joined. And the bill adds cuts to the Coordinated Community Schools Supports Partnership Fund. Move the bill as amended. Any discussion on the amendments? Madam Vice Chair?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to make sure that I made a public note to the Appropriations Committee, our leadership in the House under Speaker Jones, your leadership, Madam Chair, and this entire committee in advance in ensuring that we restore the cuts to our schools that are most in need, our community schools. So I'm excited to vote yes on these amendments and restore those cuts. Thank you.
Any other discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Raise your hand, please. Voting no on the amendments, Delegate Hornberger, Delegate Long, Delegate Miller, Delegate Hartman, Delegate Griffith. Okay, I move the bill as amended. Okay, discussion on the bill as amended, Delegate Hornberger.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Originally, I supported this bill because I thought there were some cost deferments in there that were necessary for the financial implementation of Kerwin. However, it's been heavily amended, and I'd ask that my co-sponsorship be removed as one of the amendments.
Okay. Any other discussion on the bill as amended? Okay, we will do a roll call. The chair votes yes. Madam Vice Chair?
Yes.
Delegate Ebersol?
Yes, and if I can explain my vote, I want to say that I do appreciate the dedication that this legislature is showing to the blueprints, a long-range plan, and we're staying the course, and I appreciate that.
Delegate Patterson?
Yes.
Delegate Buckle is excused. Delegate Fair?
Yes, and me too.
He said, me too.
Might be a little difficult given that we're secondary.
Oh, yeah, we're secondary, so we can't do that.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Then just yes.
Delegate Hornberger? Delegate Long? Delegate Young is excused. Delegate Miller? Delegate Roberson is excused. Delegate Roberts? Delegate Wims? Delegate Vogel? Delegate Wu is excused. Delegate Hartman? Delegate Muir-Q North?
One part, when it's time. I can do it now? Yeah.
Yeah, I just was
I
waiting
don't
on your
normally do
mic to
that.
come on. Go
Well,
ahead.
I wanted to point out that although the Interstate Teacher Mobility Compact has been removed, I do understand that we have, current tools in place that we want to see what's working, and I don't want that, my vote to show that I no longer am interested in hopefully the future of having that compact help Marylanders, but I will be voting yes affirmatively. Thank you.
Delegate Griffith? No. Delegate Wells? Yes. Delegate Plokovich-Carr?
Yes.
Delegate Feldmark?
Yes.
House Bill 504 passes favorably as amended. And I would just like to thank the governor for his commitment to the blueprint and his contribution to what this committee in particular and what the General Assembly has been working on so very hard for the future of our children and to support our teachers and administrators. So I thank him for that. House Bill 585, and there are amendments. Delegate Wells.
So House Bill 585, the amendment strikes the bill as written and substitute a requirement that the Department of Housing and Community Development notify SDAT when a property is granted the federal low-income housing tax credit. Move the amendment.
Discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion on the bill is amended.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, we will do a roll call on the favorable on House Bill 585 as amended. The Vice Chair?
Yes.
Delegate Ebersol?
Yes.
Delegate Patterson?
Yes.
Delegate Buckle is excused. Delegate Fair?
Yes.
Delegate Hornberger?
Yes.
Delegate Long? No. Delegate Young is excused. Delegate Miller? Delegate Roberson is excused. Delegate Roberts? Delegate Wims? Delegate Vogel? Delegate Wu is excused. Delegate Hartman? 585 as amended. Hartman is a yes. Delegate Miracle North? Yes. Delegate Griffith? Yes. Delegate Wells? Yes. Delegate Plokovich Carr? Yes. Delegate Feldmark?
Yes.
House Bill 585 passes favorably as amended. House Bill 593, and there are amendments. Delegate Plokovich Carr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The amendments strike a requirement that libraries be exempt from the public access automated external defibrillator program and instead be subject to joint regulations by the Maryland Department of Health and the Maryland Institute for Emergency Medical Services System. Additionally, the amendments limit the library AED program to the Enoch Pratt Library and each branch of a county library system. I move the amendments.
Second. Any discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, the amendments pass. Motion on the bill is amended.
Favorable? Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 593 is amended signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? House Bill 593 passes favorably as amended. House Bill 763, Delegate Ebersol.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill, which is an exact copy of House Bill 620 from last year and received a unanimous vote in this committee and on the floor, but our friends across the hall didn't really bother with it, requires that the age-appropriate program of education for the awareness and prevention of sexual abuse include a middle school information promoting awareness and prevention of human trafficking. Move the bill.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, House Bill 763 passes favorably. House Bill 839, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 839, Election Law, Provisional Ballots, Nonpartisan Board of Education Contests. This bill requires that when a voter casts a provisional ballot, because the voter claims a party affiliation that is different from the party affiliation on record, the voter's votes for Board of Education will be counted since that's a nonpartisan race. I move the bill favorable.
Any discussion? Okay, the motion is for a favorable, and we will do a roll call on the favorable. The Vice Chair?
Yes.
Delegate Ebersol?
Yes.
Delegate Patterson? Yes. Delegate Buckle is excused. Delegate Fair?
Yes.
Delegate Hornberger?
Yes.
Delegate Long? No. Delegate Young is excused. Delegate Miller? No. Delegate Roberson is excused. Delegate Roberts? Yes. Delegate Wims? Yes. Delegate Vogel? Yes. Delegate Wu is excused. Delegate Hartman? No. Delegate Miracle North? Delegate Miracle North? Yes. Delegate Griffith? No. Delegate Wells? Yes. Delegate Plokovich Carr? Yes. Delegate Feldmark?
Yes.
Okay, House Bill 839 passes favorably. All right. One moment, please. We have a series of bills that I will read that have been withdrawn by the sponsor. House Bills 416, 1285, 1295, 1330, 1384, 1386, 1461, and 1479. Is there a consent motion to withdraw? Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Those bills have been withdrawn, and that concludes our voting session, and feel free to come to the kitchen.